everyone, so we are back and we're going to do a customized chain collar tag for a cat. I have a friend who ordered one for her new kitten. His name is Toby. So the first thing I need to do is make letters. So we're going to move this aside, and this is the little mold I got from Temu. It's got all the letters in it, and it's nail art letters, and I know it's hard to see because they're really tiny. So getting resin into them, we're going to see if that works. Should be able to do it. Just going to take a little patience. So I've got some UV resin here. We don't need much. And I'm going to take a little bit of this gold mica. Not a lot because there's not a lot of resin in there, and I don't want it too thick because then it won't cure. This is a metallic gold, and oh my goodness, it looks like liquid gold. It is so pretty. See if you can see that. It's nighttime here, slightly dark, and my lighting's not the best because I have to work on it, but hopefully you can see what I'm doing here. So I'm going to take this little tool, and I'm just going to do the letters I actually need, hopefully. So I'm going to hang on to this, and I'm just going to go over those letters. I need the O. Need the T, and I'm going to have to clean them up a little bit, no doubt, because these are just so super tiny. Like I said, they're for nail art, so they're little, and that's okay. But I'm going to put a decent amount on there, and then wipe it off, and I'll show you how I do that. Need the B. Trying to make sure that I am in frame for this so that you can see what I'm doing. It's a little hard because it's so small. But I'm going to cover it up really good so it gets down in there. And then I'm going to do the Y. Just make sure I get all that resin down in there. I'm going to wipe off this little tool, and I'm going to drag it right across these letters. And that will leave behind just what was needed in the letters. And clean my mold up just a little bit around it. It's really difficult to see this part, I know. So anytime you have a small mold like this, it's best to cover it and then just go across it and take some out of it off the top. And my T's got a missing spot, so I'm going to just get a little bit of resin in there. Don't want any missing spots in these. That should do it. Now, I'm going to take the UV resin and move it aside because we don't want to cure it while we're curing these letters. And I'm going to get my light. Apparently my cord is stuck or not long enough. Well, we'll set it right here. That's as far as it's going to go. I'm going to put this in here for 99 seconds. This is such a little amount of resin that I don't think it'll take more than 99 seconds on each side. I am going to do both sides of it, make sure it cures all the way through. But any UV resin you have that's sitting in a cup that you need to use, you don't want it near this light when you're curing. It will cure up on you, it will go hard, and then you'll have to start over with your resin. Okay, we're down to 52 seconds. I'm actually going to stop this and take a look at it because these are so tiny. I think I'll flip it over and go ahead and do it for 30 seconds on the other side and see how that does. Okay, get that out of my way. And I've lost my little tool. Okay, well, just gonna tap at it, see if it's, I think they're cured. I don't think they needed any more time than about 30 seconds on each side, so I'm gonna try and pop them out of here. Not used these molds before, so I don't know how well these are gonna pop out of here. They're pretty stiff on molds. So hopefully I can get that out of there. There we go. And I would show these to you, but they're so tiny. I don't know if you'll be able to see them on camera, but I will try. Okay, I took that out of there. There it is. Couldn't find my Y for a second. Now, take my glove off real quick. Well, I'm not. They're hard to get back on. Let's see if you can see what these look like. How tiny these are. Probably going to be easier to put them on something to show you. They're sticking to my gloves, which is making it difficult for me to pick these up and show them to you. Okay, I'm going to get that real close to the camera here and see if you can see that. I don't know if it's in focus or not, guys. But it's super tiny, which is okay because it's for a kitten, so I'm going to use the smaller fish mold here. And so, well, I guess that's the medium one. That's the smallest one. So I'm going to use the small. I'm going to see if I can label them out into the small one. But I want to wipe that mold out real quick first in case there's any dust. I'm going to get my tweezers. I'm going to get a little bit of this resin while it's clear. It's got some bubbles in it. Use my tweezers and pop those little bubbles that are in there. Just going to put a little bit of clear in that little one, just so I can put the letters on it. Find one of my little sticks, and I'm just going to spread that out a little bit. Gotta remember to do this. You want to do it backwards so that when you turn it over, it's facing the right way. I'm going to put the T in, and we're going to go right to left instead of left to right. Hard part for me is making sure these are all straight and even. Because as the resin moves before I cure it, UV doesn't move that much, but it does move. So as it moves the letters a little bit. Spread it all the way out to the back of this fish, and it's moved and gathered into the middle. So I need to spread it out a little bit again and straighten my letters out. This is real fiddly. I don't charge my friends a lot for these. I only charge like $5 because it doesn't use that much. And they show it to friends who order from me, so it kind of works to my benefit. Okay, and now we just need to put the Y in there. And the nice thing about this is people really love personalized items. They love when they can just order the color, the name, whatever they want on there. It just makes it special to them. And something that's unique. And everybody likes to own something unique. Alright, so once again, I'm going to move the rest of that resin, that UV resin over. And I'm going to cure that up. Give it 30 seconds on each side. Okay, and that's done. Move that back over there. Grab our UV resin. And she wants this green. So we're going to take some, this is the Emerald Green Let's Resin Alcohol Ink. Hopefully this is open already. It is not. So I'm going to have to get my pen out and open it. There we go. I'm just going to put 1, 2, 3 drops in there. Take my little stick, mix it up nice and slow. I'm going to mix that until there is not streaky and there's nothing stuck to the sides anymore. It doesn't really take very long. Pour that in. Try not to over pour. If you cover up that little nub where the hole's supposed to be, you won't have a hole. It looks like I can put just a little bit more in there. And to get rid of the bubbles, it's alcohol ink. So you don't want to put a flame to this necessarily right away. So you gotta let the alcohol dissipate a little bit or it will catch on fire. And then you can go over it with a long neck lighter. Always lighter, never torch. You don't want to melt your molds. Learned that from my buddy there, Steve McDonald from Steve McDonald Arts. And I've seen a few melt their molds, so I trust him on that one. I definitely don't want to melt my molds. Now that the bubbles are out of it, we can go ahead and cure it up. And alcohol inks are translucent, so the UV resin will still cure. You don't want to make it too dark or too opaque because it won't cure. While that's curing, I've got it on 30 seconds. Probably going to need a little bit more than that. And so I'm just doing the back side for 30 seconds now. And we're going to see how that is. That should be done. It's got a lot of micro bubbles in it for some reason. It really shouldn't, but it does. Don't think that's going to matter. It's not going to really show that much. A little piece of overpour that's just going to come right off there. So go ahead and find a ring for this. Y'all have a great night. Thanks for watching. Simple little project. Easy to do. And I think it looks like it took about me 25 minutes to get it done. So that's not bad. And like I said, it's a good seller. Everybody loves something personalized. And they love stuff for their pets. So it's a win-win situation, guys. Have a good night. And I'll see you soon.